So how profitable are Amazon Relay blocks? Well, in this episode, I'm going to do a analysis off of the Las Vegas Amazon Relay 37-hour blocks and see what we can make. Let's do it. Hello, everyone. My name is Tim, and I've been running a trucking company for about the past 3 years now, and I just got my authority active at the beginning of 2025, and I just got access to the Amazon Relay blocks and Amazon Relay load board, and I've been looking at their Amazon Relay blocks, and I decided to do an analysis of what I think I'll make if I just run Amazon Relay blocks. So if you're new to this channel, I've been running this channel also for about 3 years, ever since I became an owner-operator / lease operator, and I keep track of all my numbers and post roughly a weekly video showing my profitability to the world. And just got access to Amazon Relay, and I've been looking at their blocks. I am considering running with them pretty much exclusively, doing power only. So I decided to do an analysis. Thought it might make a good video. So if you're wondering what Amazon Relay blocks pay, I'm going to do an analysis on Las Vegas and maybe a couple of other cities and see how much we can make. So let's get into it. All right, so to begin with, I'm going to go ahead and put myself up in the upper right-hand corner here and open up the spreadsheet that I show every week. So we're doing that right now. All right, so now I'm up in the upper hand corner, and here is basically, these are my numbers for running my authority for the last 44 weeks and 100,000 miles. You can see my total profitability. It has not been good. It's a bad year. So if you're new to this channel, this will all be kind of a fire hose of information, but if you watch this channel a while, it should be pretty straightforward. So I just keep track of every week. So I post a weekly settlement, usually a weekly video, or every other week, showing how much I made every week. So there's week 43, there's week 44, Neenah, Wisconsin to Bullhead City, week 42, Indio, California to Cedar Falls, blah, blah, blah. And I do that every single week. And I have a pretty decent data set here to analyze what I think I'll make at Amazon Relay doing blocks. So I decided to make a video of it and thought it might make good content. So I'm going to try to monetize it as well. So let's do it. Okay, so just to break things down, these are my total expenses, these are my total revenue, and this is my total profit loss. So far I made $75,000 at 74 cents per mile running dry van. That's really bad. Not bragging about that. I'm just showing you my numbers. And yeah, so I figured I could do a pretty good analysis of what I think I'm going to make off of Amazon Relay blocks, which is right here. Yeah, I probably just blocked some stuff out because I didn't realize there was some information there. So all you guys are going to see are the blocks right here, and that's all I'm going to show. So if I had some weird editing just now, it's because I didn't plan this out. I'm just sort of winging it. Anyways, yeah, so this is Amazon Relay blocks. And what a block is, it's just basically where you sign your truck over to Amazon and your services over to Amazon for anywhere between 5 hours, 8 hours, 13 hours, 37 hours, 109 hours, or a team load for 119 hours, okay? So basically, the 37 hours are probably the most common one, I would think. They also have 109, but I'm not going to cover that one. 109 hours is just 37 hours 3 times, basically. So 37 hours, why 37 hours? Well, 37 hours basically equates to 2 days of working for Amazon, okay? And what you'll do is I haven't done it yet, so just to be clear here, I just, did their training and went, oh, they're the blocks. And the blocks are the most common thing, from my understanding. Basically, you start in Las Vegas, Nevada, which is where I currently am. That's usually where I'm at. And then you will start hauling whatever load Amazon wants you to haul, and you'll do so for 37 hours. So you run for 14 hours, take a 10-hour break, and then you run for another 14 hours, and then you're done. So basically 2 days. 37 hours, I know that math doesn't quite make sense, so they have, it looks like an hour of wiggle room in there is what it seems like. And just looking at these numbers, so they have these in basically every major city from what I've been looking at. Yeah, I'll just go ahead. Like, here they are right here, right? So they're all over the place, right? There's a ton. If your city has a major airport, you probably have one, right? I mean, Nashville, Boston, New York, Chattanooga, Charlotte, San Diego, Des Moines, blah, blah, blah. You see all of them. I'm in Vegas right now, Davenport, Memphis, Kansas City. So they got a lot of them. So if you're next to a major city or you live in a major city, you should be able to access these pretty easily. And what they do is they allow you to get home daily or every other day. So you start in Las Vegas, and One example, I might start in Las Vegas, do a couple loads in Vegas, run up to Salt Lake City, let's say, do some loads there, sleep in Salt Lake City, and then they will get me back to Las Vegas after 37 hours total. So I hope that makes sense. Now, I will again emphasize I have not yet done one, so I might be getting some of this wrong. So I'm sure somebody will correct me in the comment section. But it seems pretty straightforward, and I thought since I am going to do them, being a savvy business owner, I should probably do an analysis as to how profitable it will be. So that's what I'm going to do. So as you can see, right now, Las Vegas is paying about $1,500 to $1,450 for blocks. And this is in January, by the way, which is the slow season. I was looking at these same blocks in December, peak season, and they were like $2,300. So obviously, what is it on average? Well, I'm looking at the slow season right now at $1,500, and the peak season was at $2,200. I'm guessing on average, it'll probably be closer to $1,700 or $1,800, maybe $1,900, somewhere in that neighborhood. But for this analysis, we're just going to go with this $1,500. So you see right here, it's $1,500 plus fuel surcharge and accessorials. So what's a fuel surcharge? Basically, Amazon is going to pay you roughly 40 cents to 45 cents per mile for fuel. So if during your block you run, let's say 1,000 miles, they will give you 40 cents per mile for the 1,000 miles to pay for your fuel. So 40 cents times 1,000, $400. So in this instance, and in this example, I would get roughly an extra $400 for fuel, roughly. Now, a fuel surcharge does fluctuate. So if the price of fuel goes up, your fuel surcharge should also go up in tandem. So the fuel surcharge is just so truck drivers like myself don't get shafted by like an explosive event in the Middle East that causes fuel prices to surge, and then I'm left kind of holding the bag for fuel. So they also pay for fuel surcharge. They basically pay for your fuel is what it does. And then accessorials would be like tolls. So if you have to go through a toll on the route, they will also pay for your toll. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these numbers right here, and I'm going to plug them into my numbers over here and just run some simple math and see how profitable or unprofitable Amazon blocks are going to be. So let's do it. All right, so the block rate is $1,514. So $1,514. So that is what it's going to pay. Now, what I could do is I could add in the fuel surcharge and then subtract my fuel cost per mile, which is right there. But I'm actually not going to do that. A simple way, in my view, of looking at this is just don't count fuel, right? Amazon's going to pay my fuel bill anyway, roughly speaking. So instead of counting the fuel in there and then not counting and then subtracting the fuel back out, I'm just not going to count the fuel in there, period. And that's going to make the process simple because Amazon is going to pay for my fuel, roughly speaking, with the fuel surcharge. All right, so what do I have to minus out of this? Well, one thing I will have to minus out are my maintenance expenses. So right there you see my maintenance cost per mile has been 20 cents per mile, or 29 cents per mile. And I'm assuming I'll run 1,000 miles on these blocks. I think that's a little high. I think I'll probably end up running between 700 and 900 miles on these blocks, but I'm just going to use 1,000 just to make things a little bit, make the math a little bit easier, right? Now, this maintenance cost per mile includes my trailer. And I can tell you that this trailer that I have is costing me quite a bit. And this is one of the reasons why I'm seriously considering just going to Amazon and running blocks only for them. Just power only blocks. Because my trailer maintenance cost has been about 12-13 cents per mile, somewhere in that neighborhood. So I'm looking at this number right here, and I'm going to subtract out 9 cents per mile for the trailer because I'm not going to have to maintenance Amazon's trailer, right? They have to maintenance that trailer. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to assume that my maintenance cost per mile is 20 cents per mile. So if my maintenance cost per mile is 20 cents per mile, let's say for every block I run 1,000 miles, 1,000 times 20 cents per mile, my theoretical maintenance cost for running a 37-hour block on Amazon is $200, roughly speaking. So just going to minus $200 from that $1,500 that they're going to pay me and get $1,300. Okay. So total profit for Amazon blocks, what I'm guessing at, is about $1,300 for 2 days. So I'm just going to divide that by 2 days. So the take-home pay after all my maintenance costs are covered and my fuel costs are covered would be about $650, roughly. All right, so for each Amazon block I run, I'll get roughly $1,300 every 37 hours, which is $650 per day in profit. Now, how much am I going to run? Well, that's tough to say, right? There's time off, there's maintenance days, there's weather, there's a lot of events that can get in your way. But let's say on average, I'm able to run 5 days per week on these blocks over the course of a year. So, 5 days on, 2 days off sort of thing, and that includes maintenance and time off and whatever. So let's assume 5 days per week on average, right? So my take home for Amazon, running Amazon blocks in this example, in this analysis, would be about $3,200 per week. So great, you're making $3,200 a week, right? No. I have to minus out my fixed costs, right? And my fixed costs, I don't have them on here. I know they're about $3,000 per month, though. So $3,200 per week. Let's times that by 4 weeks. You get about $13,000 per month in profit without fixed costs. Now, my insurance is about $2,000. My APU payment is about $600. And then small stuff like my Omni tracks, my ELD, stuff like that, probably another $400, right? DMV permits, that kind of stuff. I'm guessing, well, actually, I know it's about $3,000 per week, give or take. So this is what I would this is the profit without the fixed costs. So if I go ahead and I minus my fixed costs, let's say, I'm just going to make the math easy, $3,140. It looks like about $10,000 per month running 5 days a week, give or take. Obviously, times that by 12, and I'm sure you can do that math. It looks halfway decent, right? I mean, halfway decent. This is power only, just running their Amazon blocks home every other, basically home like kind of every other day sort of thing. That looks halfway decent. And mind you, this is the slow season, right? This is $1,500 in January. That's the slow season. That's probably rock bottom, to be honest. I mean, that is pretty rock bottom. Okay. I'm guessing it's going to go up. I know it's going to go up in peak season, and yeah, I'm guessing it's going to go up from the point on. Now, how much? I'm not sure. It's going to depend on a lot. Okay. And also with the compliance crackdown coming on a lot of these illegal operations, Amazon's pretty reliant on those guys. So if they can't get those, frankly, foreign illegal operations to run their trailers for them, I'm guessing that will also help. So I'm just looking at this Amazon relay blocks out of Las Vegas going, wow, I think that's halfway decent just for power only, right? Home every other day. I might be willing to do that, right? So that's what I'm looking at. Okay, so that was Las Vegas. Now, the city does matter. Some cities pay better than others. Some pay a lot better than others. So one other place I was looking at, so that was Las Vegas, right? If we go to Minneapolis, it actually pays a little bit better. And this is the other place I was thinking about running during the summer when it's nice. And you can see it actually pays a little bit better, $1,600. So instead of $1,500 roughly, it pays $1,600. So I'm just going to quickly do that math for you as well. So $1,665 minus theoretical $200 per block in maintenance costs equals about $1,465. Let's say I do it 5 times per week. Well, $1,465 is 2 days, so divided by 2 days equals about $700 per day in profit. Let's say I run an average of 5 days per week times 5, 36. 36 times 4 weeks, 14,000. 14,000 minus my fixed costs, 11,000. So Minneapolis actually pays a little bit better than Vegas. So that would be roughly what I would make every month, I think. Roughly. Again, it's an estimate. And that is, again, during January. Peak season, things are going to get better. And I'm guessing even like during the summer, this number is going to bump up quite a bit. But that would be my guess. All right, it's just times that by 12. You can kind of see the math here. Now, that might be a little bit ambitious. I'm not sure if that's accurate. We'll see how things go. But that even, Even if it's not quite that, even if it's 115,000, that's not bad for just running power only. So I'm just looking at these Amazon blocks, and I've been doing quite a bit of these. So let's do another one. Let's do, where should we go? I know Oklahoma City is quite good. Let's try, what's Oklahoma City? Yeah, it's about the same. 14. That's like Vegas still. It's almost the same amount. How about Portland? What's Portland pay? 11. Okay, yeah. So it does matter quite a bit. So Portland does not pay well at all. Let's see. What's Reno pay? I wonder. Crap, where'd Portland go? You got to click off it every time. All right, so there's nothing in Reno. So you might have a city, but they might not actually be running blocks there. So that's San Antonio. How about Dallas? Where's Dallas? I'll just type it in. Dallas. Dallas. 1,200. All right, we'll do a Dallas run, but it doesn't pay obviously that good. So 1,271 minus theoretical $200 of maintenance pays equals that amount. Divided by 2 days that you'll be running equals that amount. Let's say you run 5 days per week on average, you get that amount. Times 4 for 4 weeks, you get that amount. Minus your fixed costs, which mine are about $3K, you get that amount. So you make $7,700 per month, roughly. Times that by 12, and you get $92,000, give or take, not including truck replacement. That's not very good, so I wouldn't be running Dallas. So there's Dallas. How about Detroit? I know Detroit pays pretty good. No, it doesn't. About the same. Okay. All right, I'm not going to keep running them. But you guys kind of get the picture. Yeah, so there is a quick down and dirty analysis of Amazon Relay blocks using my numbers, and it seems okay. Now, I have been on their load board, and I've been looking at their load boards running from like Vegas to Los Angeles to Phoenix to Salt Lake to whatever. And yeah, make no mistake, their loads on their load board, like their spot rate loads, are total trash. And they are absolute trash. It's real bad, okay? So, if I need to get somewhere, like for instance, if I like to run Las Vegas during the winter and then the Midwest during the summer because of weather, right? If I go from Las Vegas to, let's say, Minneapolis, and I grab an over-the-road run for Amazon, it's probably going to be like $1.40 a mile. Okay, just keeping it real here. So to get to Minneapolis is going to be rough. But once I'm in Minneapolis or Detroit or Chicago or Milwaukee or Oklahoma City or wherever I go, the blocks seem to pay pretty good, is what I'm looking at here. I just did the math for you. Somewhat napkin math, but I think it's actually fairly accurate. But it seems to pay pretty okay. And mind you, those numbers, again, the numbers that we're seeing here are January slow season rates. Peak season, add about $700 to these rates. So it's not bad. So I'm looking at them and I'm looking at them going, this might be all right. This might be all right. And I might do that. So thought I might do an analysis on the Amazon block rates. Seriously, personally, I'm considering selling my dry van trailer and just doing this because it looks okay. And I thought it might make some pretty good content, and I thought you guys might like it. But yeah, so there is that video, just an Amazon Relay block analysis to see how profitable it is. And if you guys want to know more about this, what I do here, you can just subscribe to the channel. I just show my numbers running my own authority. Last year, 2025, I did dry van, and I made 74 cents per mile as an owner-operator with a paid-off truck, which is really bad. So that's why I'm considering moving to another phase, in this instance, Amazon Relay, and seeing how that goes. But that's pretty much this analysis, and I thought you guys might enjoy it. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, I suppose, and I'll see you guys in the next one.